We just want organic artists, and
I think the audience wants organic artists. I think that the audience is pretty frickin' smart, and they know when they are being marketed to.
Yeah.
And it just gets kind of embarrassing when you are a part of that machine. You're a part of that marketing machine, and it just doesn't work for me.
Yeah. I like when people really break away from it and just figure out, I mean, if anything is a great example, Adam Lambert's a great example of somebody who came out of a world like that and was like, but I can sing, guys. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Sing.
How many people do we not even know about anymore? There were decent singers. They were decent. They were on the show and they were fine.
Right.
The true singers are going to be the ones that get through anyway. We hope.
I agree.
I really hope so. And believe me, I've 20 people I know just that I can name off the top of my head that can sing better than half the people I've seen on those shows. So it's tough. You just can't.
But you would agree that there's probably not a better male singer on the planet than Adam Lambert, right?
Oh gosh. For me personally, it's everything. It's not just vocal acrobatics. It's a skill, what he can do. And he's undeniably powerful. I don't hear stories about him losing his voice. He's trained. He gets it. He understands what it means to deliver every single night.
I remember when we were on Isle of Wight, we were on tour and we just played our set and then Queen was playing after us. And so we went and kind of side stage, but we weren't really side stage because remember they wouldn't even let us go side stage.
We were hoping we could get back there because
we
just wanted to be near him.
We both did.
Yeah.
But it was Queen, and you know that everybody was going to want to stand side stage.
It was cool to see that in England for sure.
Oh, it was just amazing. And I remember we just stood there and our jaws were just dropped because here's the thing about it. He can do all of those, as we've called it before, like vocal acrobatics, but he doesn't, he
doesn't oversing.
He doesn't oversing, but I've never heard a male singer with that kind of control over every millisecond of his performance.
It's so hard to explain to students even when I talk about it, but as a teacher, the one way that I differ is I feel very connected to pop and rock and all these things. And so it's a very physical act, singing.
Right.
And so there's an awareness and a control over breath happening there that is just inherent. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's hard to explain because it is inherent. I listen to
you don't think he was taught that? You think that just is in his blood?
I think that he was probably taught some things. I mean, I've been taught a lot of things, but now it's an inherent feeling of understanding what something feels like and creating it. I don't think Bruno Mars has been vocally trained, but Bruno Mars is like a Michael Jackson to me. His voice, he's not over singing everything. It's sharp. He cuts things off. It's bright, it's vibrant, and it moves. And it doesn't feel like he's trudging through the mud. You know what I mean? Michael Jackson didn't trudge through the mud. He was on that tempo. He really felt that rhythm, and it was inherent in his breath and his voice. And that's where Adam Lambert is. He just doesn't oversing because he knows what it takes to just cut that note and move on.
We've been talking about this performance thing for me, this acoustic performance thing, and a tour, and I'm really excited about getting back into this stuff, these type of conversations about vocals, because when we were on the road, I was obsessed with it, because once you showed me how to get to that place, and once the work started paying off and I started realizing all of these new skills that I had as a vocalist, it was so exciting. And
you get kind of excited about just talking about singing.
Oh my God. Like I would literally, a half hour before we would go on stage every night, I would get in my bunk on the bus, I'd put my earbuds in and I would listen to Adam Lambert. And I would just, because it would get me in that headspace of vocal placement and how effortless it was, and how, you know, how calm you could tell his entire body was, and how he was only engaging the muscles that needed to be engaged to do that. It was so efficient. It was the efficiency of his vocal performance. So every night before we'd go on stage, I'd put earbuds in and I would just focus on that efficiency. And I know that that's something that you teach all of your students, is to kind of discover that efficiency and then be able to work with it.
Yeah.